Wow, guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to say thank you for those who have tuned in and watched my last two videos. Uh, by the way, I am completely sorry. Please forgive me for this. In my first video, my introduction video, I don't know what I was thinking, but guys, I did not introduce myself. My name is Dylan Langley, so I will just go ahead and put that out there. I should have said that in the first video. I'm sure y'all are watching that first video and like, well, this guy didn't even say his name. What the heck? So my name is Dylan, just for the record, guys. Um, I did tell you that I was going to do a MEPS, like my experience at MEPS. So this is what that video is going to be about. And it, from my experience, it is definitely a long day, very long. So I'll just jump right into it. Y'all saw the video where I got to the hotel at like 3. I believe it was actually a little after 3, probably like closer to 4. Like some guy was late getting to the shuttle, so we had to wait a little while. But when I got to the hotel, first we just like all gathered in this little conference room, which they kind of converted to like a little game room for us. There's probably like a good 50 of us that were in that room all together, but in the hotel, I believe there's probably like over 100 people that were enlisting or shipping out or swearing in, whatever they were doing. But we were actually in there for probably, I want to say, at least 2.5 hours. It was long. I was in there for a while, but I mean, I met a couple people, talked about like different branches, a lot of trash talk from different people. It's typical. But uh, it was funny. As soon as I get there, I'm with a couple other guys from the shuttle, and we're just like standing around like observing everything. And this chick comes over and just starts bad mouthing and just trashing out of nowhere, completely out of the blue. It threw all of us off guard. We're like, okay, what's up with this? Like she's just sitting there talking about how, she can do more pull-ups than us, and you guys are wussies because you're not going to the Marines, blah, 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 this and that. So I was like, okay, old salted self. Did not have coffee yesterday, so I was like, I was actually fine. I was fine. I was fine without the coffee. I was just more amped about, the test, so that's what kept me up and kept me going. So let me get on into this video. It's already 3 minutes in, so it'll probably be a little longer video because I'm explaining my experience. So just stay tuned, guys. I have a lot of details that I'm going to put you guys on game with this, okay? There are some tips and tricks and secrets that will help you in your enlistment process faster, because when I was doing my research and watching the videos, there's some stuff that, a lot of people didn't hint on or put in their videos or say or just discuss, and that's what I'm going to go over here in a couple minutes. So we get to MEPS, right? I'm in the conference room. After the conference room, they separate us. They call us like 20 at a time, and we go into a different room where they just give us a little brief. From there, we get our room keys, right? We get our room keys and your roommate at that time. From that time, you and your roommate go to your room and just hang out or do whatever. The rest of the night is basically yours. That room key is basically your food voucher, so you can go and get food from, I think it was like 5:30 to 9:30. You could get food. The food was awesome. I couldn't have been any happier. You know, um, as the previous video, I told you that I had like the baked chicken and the vegetables, the mashed potatoes. If I can I took a picture of it, by the way, so if I can upload a picture, I'm going to do it now. If not, what I just said, forget it. Just know that I had baked chicken, mashed potatoes, and vegetables. So if anybody can actually help me on comment down below, like, how to upload a picture into your video, or, however I can do that, that'll be helpful if I can't figure it out. So yeah, we went down, had dinner probably like at 7, and then I just like hung out by the pool with my roommate for a couple hours, just talking to him. He's a cool guy, you know. So make a long story short, went to sleep. We woke up at 4, and showered, got dressed, went down, had breakfast, and had like little buffet pancakes, eggs, sausage, stuff like that. More normal morning breakfast foods. And by this time, we're loading the bus by like 5:30. All of us are on the bus at 5:30. We don't leave till about 5:45, so about 15 minutes of sitting on the bus, and we're just like, okay, like what are we waiting for? But so we get to the MEPS location, the center, and we file out. It's like 6 o'clock now, and someone was there to greet us, and he definitely gave us a good morning greeting, that's for sure. Definitely right off the bat was yelling at us. I don't know like if that's how they all are, but this guy was just off the bat like just yelling at us. So I was just like, okay, is it that serious yet? But I guess it was. They take this stuff serious. Like there's no playing around, no joking around. You know what I'm saying? Like this is government business here. So we get processed in, right? And basically what happens is you go, like, they separate you from like Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, National Guard, whatever. And you have your name tag. And for me, myself, and a couple other individuals, we had to take like the personality test. So the three of us was separated from the rest of the Army group, and we went off to the testing center to take like this 20 or 30 minute personality test. From there, we went to the medical side, okay? And what happens there is so much stuff is going on, like it's just crazy. But we're all in this medical room, and basically we're going over the same sheet that you filled out at the recruiter's office, and you're just marking yes, yes, or no, no, or whatever the case may be for you. So at this point, don't be afraid to like put down information that you did not fill out with your recruiter. It'll be completely okay. It'll be fine, But for me, in my case, I completely just for some reason did not add in that I had my wisdom teeth taken out. I was like, oh yeah, I was like 18, so I just put down like I had my wisdom teeth taken out. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna disqualify you for that. So same thing like if you had braces and stuff, and you want to remember like important dates too. Like it's not that serious, but just try to remember some dates that you had like any kind of major surgery done. For me, that was the only thing. So I put that there. I put that down. And then from there, I went in to take my urine sample, my urine test. So I take the urine sample. In my case, nobody was looking over my shoulder just staring at me while I'm peeing. So it was normal. Of course, there was, a technician in there who distributed the cups and stuff. And that was it. He just said, go fill up the cup halfway. It's not like he's just sitting there like, no, it wasn't like that. For me, okay? So for the ones of y'all who are like freaking out about like getting your junk stared at, that's not the case. I don't think it's that serious. Who knows? Maybe in your case that might be, but not for me. So that was no big deal. After that, it's so funny too. While I'm in there, the guy ahead of me, he had his pee. They only need a little bit of pee, right? They tell you to fill up half the cup. They pour that cup into a different cup, which is a sample cup, and the rest of it is left over in the original cup that you peed in. So this guy, what he did was the original cup he peed in, the technician told him to get rid of his pee. This man turns around and dumps it in the sink, and he was like, oh hell no, oh hell no, I know you didn't just do that, I know you did not just, he kind of made a joke out of it. He was like, would you pee in your sink at the house? Would you pee in the sink at your house? He's like, no. He's like, well, so why are you pouring your pee down my sink? You know, it's just funny because he just dumped the pee down the sink where we wash our hands. You know, it's kind of funny but kind of gross at the same time. So make sure you actually pour it back into the urinal when you're done with it. Don't pour it in the sink. You know, don't do that. Don't be that guy. It was funny. I actually got a laugh out of it. So after they took my pee, um, I went and had my blood drawn. Okay. Now, in the previous video, I told you this is what I was nervous about. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. You know, it's not painful. You know, I personally just do not like needles in themselves. I don't like needles. I do not like veins. I don't like blood. You know, so all three of those together is just like, ugh. So, but it actually wasn't that bad. So he strapped the little rubber band or whatever, tied it around my arm. And usually, guys, like I have like pretty decent veins. You know, I've given blood before, and my veins are like. But for some reason, this time, like my veins were hiding. They were like, you know, they were definitely hiding. So I was like, man, I promise you, my veins can get much bigger than this. You know, please don't let this be an issue. So instead of like getting it like right here, they stuck me like way over here. I was like, oh my god, you know. So I'm looking away, but it really wasn't all that bad, you know. So they take like a vial like that big. Needle's pretty decent size too. Just be prepared for that. Just scaring you. So after my blood test, they're just testing for like any HIV or, you know, STDs, anything in your blood. They're trying to decipher what blood type you have there as well. So after that, I go and get my my heart rate, you know, and they strap the little strap over your arm. I was like, be careful there, I might break this thing, you know, because I got them guns. No, I'm just kidding. But so they did that on the same arm that I just got my blood drawn, which I was like, okay, that didn't make too much sense. Anyways, so they did that. Let's see. Then after that, I went to the hearing test, right? During this whole time, like, it's just a group of us. Like, there's people getting their blood drawn, and there's, like, you know, another group of people who are, you know, taking the urine sample or whatever, you know, like little stations. So at this point in time, I'm getting my hearing test, and the hearing test actually was not that bad. Like, I don't know, like, the scores of it, but it wasn't as hard as people were making it out to be. I was like, I hear this. I hear this. I heard that. I heard that. It does get quieter and quieter and quieter, but those are frequencies that a normal person should not be able to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were so faint. But you do have to, you know, listen to it. It's not, they'll stick out to you. You know what I'm saying? It'll be from one ear to the other ear. It won't be like both ears at the same time. So, put you on game there. They didn't say that. Okay? Alright, let's see. I have my notes over here. So, hearing. Okay, so, this is where they do the physical. Okay, or for me. After the hearing test, I went and took my physical test. And that's just where the doctor is, like, checking your eyes, you know, your ears. He wants to look in your nose, your jaw. And it goes all the way down your body. Okay? This part is always, of course, the most uncomfortable for males and females, I assume. So, some guys actually had a female doctor, right? And the female doctor did the whole exam. So if that was the case, they needed a male chaperone. So instead of having one person, now you have a female and a male chaperone in there. So those guys are the real heroes for doing that, you know. But luckily for me, in my case, I had a male doctor, so I didn't need another person in the room unless you request one. So he's basically just going over all your paperwork, you know, all your medical history in there first and seeing if there's anything that needs to be adjusted or whatnot. And for me, I didn't need anything really adjusted, just some paperwork that I had to like initial and sign and date and stuff. So he's looking over that, asks you a couple questions. For me, I broke my arm, you know, so he's just marking that down, making sure all that information was accurate. Okay? So then he goes on for the full exam and, you know, tests everything, you know, your heart, you know, your breathing, everything, just like a normal physical. So then he asks you to drop your pants, you know. So he's just, of course, going to check your gonads, you know, turn your head and cough, you know the drill. So then he tells you to turn around. Now I'm like, okay, here we go. I didn't know what they expected, you know. I didn't know if they're like going to check for your prostate, you know, prostate cancer, whatever. But he just tells you to, bend over and spread your cheeks, and it was just like that. He didn't do anything else. That was it. I'm sure he just took a quick glance, and that was it. Nothing else. So I quickly, pulled my pants and, trying to get out of there, throw my shirt back on, and that was fine. Check. Right off the list. It wasn't that bad, guys. It's really not that bad. Not in my case. Now, for some people, it might be different. He may have to check for prostate, but it was not like he's just in there examining and looking. It wasn't like that. I don't even think he probably even looked, to be honest. So once that was over, I got the 2 worst parts of the day over, and then I went to the vision check. The vision check was pretty simple. I actually have 2017 vision. Yes, I'm psyched about that. I'm psyched about that. If you don't know what 2017 is, that's funny too. Instead of 2020, it's 2017. Okay, anyways. So 2017, if you don't know what it is just like I can see from 20 feet away, I can see a line smaller than most people. So it just made me feel better. The technician was like, wow, man, you have really good vision. So I was happy about that. After that, I go into, by the way, after you pass all this stuff, the doctor or technician is signing off on it, for either you pass or you don't pass, basically. You're colorblind or you're not colorblind. So after that, I went and did the whole duck walk experience. Now, this part was not bad either, like he gives you a couple chances, like if you're falling over or whatever, but none of us were really falling over. It's really simple. Like they want to get you in there and get you out because there's more people coming in right behind you. So it's not like they're looking to disqualify you. You know what I'm saying? Like in my case, it wasn't like that. Now, if you have something obvious, of course, then yeah, they probably will. Like a missing finger, yeah, you're gonna get disqualified. But it's not like they're sitting there like looking for reasons to disqualify you. So we did that. Did the whole duck walk. Wearing our drawers, our boxers, or whatever. And it's probably like a room of 10 of us maybe. And you do have to do a couple push-ups. He's just looking to see your spine and stuff and see if you can do like a push-up. So after that, this is the moment of truth, guys. When you're in that room, this is the moment of truth. This is the point in time where you're either qualified or disqualified, okay? So when you enter this room, know that this is the last step, okay? So you made it. You're here. They didn't tell me that in the, the videos I saw did not disclose that information. So I had no idea. I was like, why are we going in this room? And he just, brings you in his little office, and you're still in your boxers, so it's kind of demoralizing, I would think, if you got disqualified, because you're just in your boxers and you walk, So, fortunately for us, I believe most of us qualified, and it was a great feeling because he looked at me and shook my hand and said, "Congratulations, you qualified." And I was like, "Yes, I'm in here." So after that, I went and saw my liaison, and this is where you either pick your job or you sign your contract for the job that you got reserved. I had mine already reserved, so they had a slot for me. It was perfect, bam, right there on paper. I have a obligated 8-year contract, 6-year contract, but 2 years reserve or active duty. And I didn't really know all that information when my recruiter was telling me. I just knew it was 6 years, but I didn't know there's an additional 2 years. But it doesn't bother me because I plan on doing the full 20 either way. So it is what it is. Now, I know this video is getting kind of long, and I told you that I was going to add details and the secrets, okay? There's some secrets to this, okay? This part is very important. I know that you guys are probably wondering, like, when I'm going to disclose this information, but this is the time that you need to be very punctual and do as much research beforehand and have all the accurate information, because any little thing that you do not disclose to your recruiter or don't have on file, basically, will hold you up. Okay, I promise it will hold you up. I needed a secret clearance for my job, and I had put on there that I have college, and this and that and the other, and previous places where I've lived. Now, for these places that you lived, you're gonna have to have a reference. okay, a personal reference from where you live. Say like you lived in Texas and you were probably like 15 years old. You're going to need a reference from when you lived in Texas. Okay, so guys, make sure you have a reference already, okay, and you put that information down and you have that information. Don't go into MEPS and say, yeah, I did live in Texas when I was 15, because he's the investigator, the private investigator who does the security clearance is going to find that out. He's going to be like, okay, well, I need this information. You need to get his phone number and his address. How was I supposed to remember that from, 6-7 years ago? So I already have this stuff planned out. Please, I already have it planned out. It took me like a good 30 minutes to find all this extra information that I could have had beforehand, and would have saved so much time and, so much more time, basically. So I had to have 2 professors' name and number from when I was enrolled in a couple colleges. And this was like a couple years ago. I don't remember their name. I don't remember their number. So I'm calling like my people like, hey, can you dig through my bag and see if I have this professor's name and number? And it's all from the phone. Like, I can't look it up because I don't have my phone with me, so I can't do it. So I'm calling, asking other people like, hey, can you find this? Can you do this? And that's something that I wish I would have known before I got to MEPS. So you need to have your references on point. You need to have like their phone numbers, everything from your past, like from where you've lived, where you worked, So that is the most important part if like you have a secret clearance and they're doing like an investigation, a background check, basically all that, is to have your resources updated. Please, that is so important. Now I have to call the people that I put down as a reference and let them know that they're going to be contacted by a private investigator, okay? So that is the main secret, guys. And I already have that information ready. Even if you don't need a secret clearance, you're still going to need that information, okay? I've rambled on for way too long, guys. I'm going on 22 minutes here. If you've stuck around and watched this whole video all the way through, I do appreciate you guys for making it to the end. Thank you so much again for watching this video. If you do find it, informative, or, took something from this video, please give it a thumbs up, drop a nice comment, do what you have to do. So with that being said, if there's any questions, concerns, or, ideas, basically, anything that I didn't cover in this video, if you need that to be answered, send me a message or something, or like I said, drop it down in the comment box, type that there, leave that for me, I'll find it, because I plan on uploading another video and telling you guys what MOS I picked. I'm psyched about it, guys. It's going to be amazing, I'm telling you. And so with that being said, you know the drill. I will catch you guys in another video probably within the next couple of days when I go back and see my recruiter and let you know how that goes. So if you want to see anything else, want to know anything else, go ahead and do all that, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.